Hello, I'm going to be doing a video today on HCl, stomach acid. This is a priority. Needs to be really the priority in testing deficiency for stomach acid. 9.9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100, people fail this deficiency test for many different reasons. In regards to, it could be low salt intake in their diet. It could be mostly due to stress, really. Stress affects your ability to produce stomach acid, and in the Western civilization, we're constantly bombarded with stress: mental, emotional, physical, environmental toxin stress. These things play a part in your overall ability to produce stomach acid in the right amounts. Symptoms of low stomach acid or deficiencies in stomach acid are nausea, bloating, like when you take vitamins or you eat food and you get nauseous or upset stomach. As I mentioned, diarrhea, belching, GERD, stomach acid reflux, heartburn. These things are actually symptoms of low stomach acid. And there's a whole chain of events that occur from low stomach acid that can really hinder your performance and your mood and really your overall health. So I'm making a video of this to really emphasize that 99 out of 100 people fail this test, and I'd say at least half of the clients that I take on end up putting this test on the back burner until a month, 2 months, 3 months. They finally do the test that I'm asking them to do, and then all of a sudden, things start to improve exponentially just by taking an HCl supplement to improve their stomach acid. What you're trying to do is you're trying to break down food effectively so you can absorb it and assimilate it. So you eat food, you chew it, your saliva helps to break it down somewhat, but then the stomach acid in your stomach is really going to be the important factor that not only neutralizes and kills bad bacteria that come from pathogens from the food itself, but it also breaks down protein into amino acids, and it helps to bind nutrients to certain other amino acids and things to where it can actually absorb and assimilate it. Assimilate is going to be taking those nutrients and putting them into the cells so the cells can use them. If you're low in stomach acid, you're not going to be breaking down that food properly. You're not going to be killing the pathogenic, parasitic, and nasty bacteria that comes from our outside environment. That then gets introduced into your gut, and that causes gut stress, gut inflammation. You have undigested food, and so then there's fermentation that occurs, which increases the numbers of pathogenic bacteria. So you can see how this has a chain link effect to it all. Low stomach acid is going to lead to dysbiosis. It's going to lead to hindered nutritional absorption, which is going to leave you deficient in certain nutrients, amino acids, and it's going to increase the dysbiosis, the bad gut bacteria, causing a whole slew of issues. That can affect anxiety, depression, mood, drive, energy, focus, your sleep. All of that can be significantly improved just by making sure that you have enough stomach acid. So hopefully I got the point across how important this really is. And if you're not deficient, things change. As I said, it really stresses the number one contributor to low stomach acid. So you could be 20, you could be 60. Doesn't really matter. Is you're affected by stress in different ways. Age plays a part in your stomach acid production. So the older you get, the less stomach acid you naturally produce. But in our Western civilization, we experience stress on a daily basis, systemically, all the time, and it is one of the most common deficiencies that I find out there. And it's a very low-cost, high-return trick to really use to improve your everything. So to get the point across, let me go into some symptoms that occur from low stomach acid and why that occurs this way. I mentioned nausea, diarrhea, bloating, belching. That's due to a combination of things. Not only your stomach becoming upset because it can't break down the food properly. It's also going to cause fermentation, which is going to be gas, bloating, belching, and all sorts of other issues that occur from that. And the dysbiosis can can affect your stools, which can cause diarrhea. So you got some negative effects going on there with low stomach acid. The other one, which is a little bit more serious, is heartburn, stomach acid reflux, or GERD. This occurs, and the common belief is that it's because you have too much stomach acid, when it couldn't be farther from the truth. What it is actually low stomach acid, and a low pH in your stomach causes the esophageal sphincter, which is supposed to close up the stomach to the esophagus to prevent any splashback of stomach acid from going up, actually becomes weakened because of low pH levels in your stomach. So the higher pH, which means it's less acidic, causes the esophageal sphincter to malfunction, and then you get splashback of whatever stomach acid actually you have in the stomach starts to come up and burn the esophagus. So I've had clients who have gotten on HCl, started doing it, eating it, or taking it with their meals, and their GERD symptoms went away almost immediately. So it's a very safe and very practical tool that you can use in your arsenal to improve your health and performance. So with stomach acid, this is going to help out with the absorption of everything in regards to your supplementation, your protein, and everything going forward. So to go into how to test yourself, you just got to get an HCl supplement. I like to go with Nutridyne Designs for Health. ATP has a really good one that actually contains, I believe Nutridyne has one as well, that's HCl pepsin, and then a herb that actually helps with increasing your body's own stomach acid production. So it's a very helpful tool. So what you do, you're going to get HCl, and the range of the amount of HCl per capsule or per tablet ranges depending on the brand that you get. They could range from 400 to 800 milligrams per tablet or capsule. And basically the rule of thumb is you just don't want to go past 1600 milligrams. So 14 to 1600 milligrams depending on the size of tablets. And the reason why you don't want to go past 1600 milligrams is because you could take I've had people take 5 grams and no burning sensation in the stomach occurs, which means that they're very, very, very deficient in stomach acid. But what happens is you end up just handicapping your own body's production of HCl. So you don't want to do that. You just want to stimulate and stoke the fire to produce your own HCl while giving the necessary tools to break down the food that you're currently taking in. So with HCl, what you want to do is just your next meal. In the middle of your meal, you're going to take 1 tablet. So that could be, like I said, anywhere from 400 to 800 milligrams depending on the brand that you go with. And what you're looking for is a burning sensation in the stomach. What that signifies is that you've overfilled the well. You've overfilled your stomach with HCl, stomach acid, and you're going to get a burning sensation. Nothing too severe. It's just something that you'll notice. And what I recommend doing is just taking a cup of water and dilute the stomach acid just by drinking it. And that's simple as that. You've passed the test if you've taken that 400 to 800 milligrams and you felt the burning sensation. Now, if you didn't feel anything, that means you failed and you're at least that 400 to 800 milligrams deficient. So what you're going to do the next meal is take 2 pills. So that 400 to 800 milligrams, you're going to take 2 pills. And so that will be anywhere from 800 to 1600 milligrams. And as I said, you'll cap out at that 1600. And again, you're looking for the burning sensation in the stomach. If you felt the burning sensation after 2, but not 1, that means that you're at least 400 to 800 milligrams deficient. So what you would do is take 400 to 800 milligrams, 1 tablet with every meal, and over time you'll build up your own reserves of stomach acid, and you'll begin to feel the burning sensation after that 1 pill. Now, if you've taken 2 pills and you don't feel anything, that means that you're at least that 16 to 800 milligrams deficient. And what I would recommend, if you have smaller, you want to take it up to 1600 milligrams. So divide that up into whatever it is your brand of HCl contains per tablet. Some may have to take 3, some may have to take 4, depending on how much it is per tablet of milligram. So just do the math and don't go past 1600 milligrams basically as one bolus dose. So this could take anywhere from 1 to 4 meals to figure out how deficient you really are. And what you're going to do basically is just take depending on how deficient you are, you're going to take that amount up to 1600 milligrams with every meal to help break down and assimilate the food that you're actually eating, which is going to improve your ability to kill the bad bacteria. It's going to help help break down the food more so there's less fermentation or no fermentation going on in the digestive system, reducing nausea, bloating, gut inflammation, which has a host of benefits that are going to improve anxiety. The rate of depression will go down. Your serotonin will be increased, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter. GABA will be improved, which is a neurotransmitter that helps to level out your brain and make you more even keel. So this has profound effects more than just talking stomach acid. I want you to get the picture that this is far bigger than just testing out and getting an HCl supplement. We're talking about the foundational aspects. Just like water is foundational, sleep is foundational, this is foundational. You're not gonna absorb all the other supplements that I'm going to be recommending to you. You're not going to be able to absorb and assimilate the food that you're eating throughout the day as effectively if you're deficient in HCl. So don't look at this as something as light and just pass it on. Be that person who actually takes action, tests it out. It's a very low cost, high return supplement that will address a very, very common deficiency. And you'll notice improvements in your digestion. You'll notice improvements possibly even in your sleep and in your mood. It just really depends on how deficient you are and what other deficiencies you're dealing with. But if you're deficient in this one, you can guarantee this is something that you need to fill, and you need to start stoking your body's own production of HCl. And you do that by just stimulating a little bit up to 1600 milligrams with meals. So just to recap how to do the test, you're going to take anywhere from 400 to 800 milligrams with a meal, and then you're waiting for a burning sensation. If you don't feel the burning sensation, you're at least 400 to 800 milligrams deficient. Next meal you're going to go into, you're going to take an additional 400 to 800 milligrams, so you're going to be taking anywhere from 800 to 1600 milligrams in that second meal. And then if you don't feel the burning sensation, that means that you're at least 800 to 1600 milligrams deficient. And if you have a capsule or pill that is 400 to 600 milligrams, then you can go into a third meal and test it out, and you're going to be at least 1400 to 1600 milligrams deficient. And that's an indicator that we don't need to test any further. We know you're deficient. So going forward, you're going to take the HCl capsules or tablets with your meals, and you're going to take it up to the level that you're deficient up to 1600 milligrams. So you're testing out, you're waiting for a burning sensation in the stomach. If you don't feel it, it means you're deficient at that dose that you took. If you've took one pill, 400 to 800 milligrams, and you felt the burning sensation, then you passed. You have enough stomach acid in your stomach. I recommend that you hold on to this, keep this in the cabinet, because when I first did this test, I passed. I took one capsule and I felt the burning sensation right away. I left it alone for 6 months, didn't touch it. Came back, did the test again, I failed. 1600 milligrams, I did not feel a burning sensation at all. I'm still taking this to this day. It's been, my estimate's about a year of taking HCl, and it can take up to 5 years to get the HCl back up to where it needs to be before you start feeling a burning sensation after you take these. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. As I said, stress is the #1 contributor to low stomach acid, and I think we can all agree that in Western civilization, especially with everything that we got going on, from environmental to physical to mental, we are constantly bombarded with stress in one way or another. And HCl is one of the first things that your body will stop producing as a reaction to those stressors. And as that occurs, that causes gut stress, which causes more physical stress, which just causes a cascade of issues that we see very common in our world today, with mood disorders and sleeping disorders and whatnot. So a foundational thing is often not the only thing, but the foundational thing to start off with is HCl. Thank you for watching, and take care.